Hi, it's Joey Remini here from seekingbalance.com.au. I'm a vestibular audiologist and a neuroplasticity therapist, and I focus exclusively on the healing and recovery process of chronic symptoms of vertigo, any type of dizziness that is, and tinnitus. And today I want to talk with you about tinnitus, what it is, how to heal it, and the reason why recovery is actually possible. And I want to also talk through why some people get really stuck. Now, the truth is that I help people heal these symptoms for a living. I see it all the time. I've personally had tinnitus, really loud, chronic, aggressive, distressing tinnitus, and I now don't have any problem with that at all because I figured out how to retrain my brain. So look, I know firsthand that it's possible, and not only that, over the last 10 years, I have seen so many clients come to me absolutely burnt out, exhausted, distressed, and they're really wondering why the doctors can't fix it, why the doctors can't explain it. They're spending so much money on all sorts of random treatments and tests and investigations, and nothing's helping them. And the reason for that is because tinnitus is really something that's happening within your nervous system. It's the way your inner ears are sending messages along the neuron pathways through your midbrain and brainstem and up into the auditory cortex areas of your brain. There's also prefrontal cortex areas involved, and to be honest with you, it's so complicated we don't fully understand tinnitus. But we do know that all sounds are interpreted by the brain. You have special hearing areas of the brain that do nothing but collect hearing 24/7. So your body is actually generating noise within itself. I'm currently writing a book at the moment called Healing for Vertigo and Tinnitus, an integrated approach. And I have a whole chapter dedicated to tinnitus that will be ready when it will be ready. But what I want to talk with you about is you're not crazy. It is real. It's in your ears. It's in your head. And by that, I mean it's nerves, neurons, it's cells in your body communicating messages from your ears through your brainstem, through your midbrain, through your auditory cortex and your prefrontal cortex, and also your emotional areas of the brain. So you might be thinking, why do I have noises in my head, and why could I not hear them previously and now I can hear them, and then they're always there and they're just really distressing me, and I want to kill myself, I hate this, or it might not be that extreme, but it can be suicidal. This can be completely debilitating, and I totally understand that. I want you to know you can change this. Don't look to other people to fix you. This is not something that's going to be fixed by medicine or by electrical impulses to your brain or by changing your diet alone. You need a completely holistic approach to not only your well-being, but also your understanding of what's going on in your body, because clearly something's changing in your body and you can hear that. Okay, so that's just the logic behind what you're feeling. This is not always something that science and medicine and doctors can understand. And to be honest, doctors have very, very, very limited training in tinnitus, close to no training in tinnitus. As a vestibular audiologist, we were only given 1 or 2 hour lectures on it. So it's something that the medical world and the health professional world touches upon, but they don't really dive into. And that's why I have spent so many years really researching this and trying to understand, why do some people heal beautifully and some clients come to me completely distressed, and then within weeks or months they're like, I can't hear it anymore, this is amazing. Some people say, now that I can't hear my tinnitus, I actually feel naked. It's like this emptiness because they got kind of used to it being there. But I do know clients who get really stuck in their tinnitus, and it's ongoing, persistent, chronic for years, and they can't seem to snap out of it. So what's happening is the body makes noises. If you think about even just eating a really big meal, and then you can hear all the digestive sounds in your stomach, sometimes they're so loud that even other people can hear them. Or if you move your shoulders and your neck, sometimes you can hear crunching sounds and cracking sounds and grinding sounds. And these are all healthy mechanical internal noises. And these ones are quite large or gross sounds, but nevertheless, they're internal sounds being made within your body by you, for you, and they're sounds that are not coming from the outside world. Now, sounds coming from the outside world are things like my voice now talking to you, or, birds singing, door knocks, footsteps, anything around you is traveling in via air vibrations to your ears, and that is not tinnitus. It's coming from the outside world. Other people can hear it. Tinnitus sounds are coming from your internal world. And believe it or not, when we're angry and emotional, our body actually generates a different internal sound compared to when we're calm, sleeping, happy, joy, engaged, relaxed. Some people can hear internal sounds that sound like cicadas or insects, popping, pinging, a toning sound, roaring. There is no end to the amount of sounds that your body can generate. And it's not always straightforward mechanical sounds like muscle movements or bones clicking or enzymes digesting. There are also neural sounds, and this is your neural body, your neurons actually communicating and synapsing in a specific loop and pattern. And your brain can interpret those messages as any form of sound. And a lot of this comes back to context. So if you want to rewind back to the time in your life when you could not hear your tinnitus at all, that was when you always had this baseline activity in your body. You always had your muscles moving and your tendons and your blood flow and circulation and all of the neurons bouncing, right? That happens from the day, even in utero actually. But because the brain is interpreting that as boring, not useful, irrelevant, unimportant, it actually filters out all that sound. It's like a very fancy noise cancellation machine or mechanism. It occurs within our brain, and there's something in there that says, this is not helpful, not useful, it's not threatening, it's not dangerous. So we're just going to actually filter that out and turn the volume down on that crackling, popping, whizzing, screeching, whatever it is. What can happen for tinnitus clients generally is they have some type of initial trauma, and this can just be a shock when they get their wax cleaned out of their ears, when they get a cold or sinus infection, a knock to the head, a sporting accident. It could certainly happen, and often inner ear conditions do start with divorce, job redundancy, moving countries, changing homes. So really big life changes can actually impact the way your sensory system is starting to operate. And sometimes I use the analogy of having a computer with a software system that goes through an update process. You can't always be using your computer on the same operating system. You have to actually update the software so it's current and it's not vulnerable to viruses or just really slow and unable to do some of the things you really want it to do in the present day. So your brain, your neurons, and this is where neuroplasticity comes in, need to learn how to update. Okay, is this tinnitus sound relevant? Is it harming me? Is it dangerous? Is it a threat? Is it something that I want to study and want to focus on and want to create more neural power around? Or is it something that I actually want to tone down? I want to get the volume down to weaken on those neural connections that are generating the tinnitus sound so that I can then focus on other things in my life that are more meaningful to me, like my hobbies, relationships, eating delicious food, staying fit and healthy and engaged creatively. So the process and the healing I take people through is a very intimate 6-month therapy program where we actually look at where the tinnitus sounds are coming from physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and actually changing the relationships we have to it. It's not about talking about tinnitus at all. It's actually more talking about what do you desire? What do you love? What neural pathways do you want your brain to focus on? Because when it has something else to focus on aside from the tinnitus, it will naturally peter out and dissolve and abate and eventually disappear. So where you focus really trains your brain about which neurons you want to fire more of and strengthen and rewire. If you're constantly focused on understanding, getting rid of, treating, or fighting your tinnitus, your brain will keep maximizing the tinnitus sounds and making them louder. And that's why, masking machines are not always successful, and hearing aids are not always successful, and talk therapies are not successful, and diets and medications, because it's all focused on getting rid of the tinnitus. So we need to really shift away from hating our symptoms and suppressing them and distracting them. Distraction doesn't work, right? Distraction still means it's there in the background and there's still an avoidance behavior or relationship to it. We need to acknowledge the tinnitus sound belongs in us. It's fully safe. It's a part of us. It's probably actually communicating a very wise message to us. And that's what I encourage my clients to listen is, what is your body telling you? What is your body screaming for? Ask yourself that. See if you can listen and hear your own wisdom. If you need support to help yourself go into that place, What you need, or what I need from you, is that you need to believe that neuroplasticity is possible. You need to go beyond all those old myths of there's no cure, you can't eliminate this, you need to forget all of that. It's simply not true. And I'm telling you, not only have I no longer got tinnitus, or if my tinnitus sounds come and go, it's literally really brief and no bother at all. It's just my body sounds coming and going very normally. And same with my clients. They no longer have distressing tinnitus. Their brain has learned to filter it out. And as you go through life and the internal nature of your body changes, whether that be because you run up a staircase, or you're hungry, or you're emotionally frustrated or happy, or whether you're mentally very full and overwhelmed, or whether you've got mental clarity, and also spiritually is a big one. If you want other people to fix you, that's a problem. This is not something other people can do for you. Nobody else on the planet can change your neurons, can change your brain filter settings, right? So as that tinnitus sound comes into your brain, something saying, this is dangerous, this is a threat, I hate this, I want to get rid of it. And that process in your brain, that message is keeping the tinnitus loud. Nobody can change those neurons except you. You have to believe in yourself. You have to trust yourself. You have to back yourself. And you have to keep watching videos like this that inspire you and really speak to you honestly, saying nobody else can do this for you. This is not something you can go to Kmart and buy something to get rid of it, right? And no doctor, no matter how expert they are, can get rid of it for you. This is a process of neuroplasticity. It's of gentle self-kindness, self-compassion, and self-knowing. You need support and guidance to go through this neuroplasticity healing so you can heal yourself. So if you're interested in learning more, please do. This is exciting stuff. This is cutting edge for the vertigo and tinnitus field. These neuroplasticity therapies of integrated and holistic support are really changing the way we view these symptoms. And to be honest with you, a lot of doctors, audiologists, physiotherapists, psychologists, surgeons, neurologists, and psychiatrists don't even understand this yet. It's new, and there can be a 20-year delay from pioneering therapies to actually make it out into the mainstream. Neuroplasticity is pretty old. It's been around for decades, and I highly encourage you to learn more about it. Visit my website, seekingbalance.com.au. If you want to talk with me, please book an initial consultation, and I'll let you know if I feel I can help you or not. What I need from you is that you are ready to make changes, you're ready to have a daily practice, and you believe it's possible for you to heal. That's what I need from you so that I can help you. There's also my Rock Steady for Vertigo or Tinnitus 12-week program. That's a self-study program where you click play anytime you want, do it from home, and you keep that for life. And that's a resource that helps you understand soothing anxiety, as well as really resetting the pathways through your spinal column, inner ears, and brain to help you connect back into your body for lasting results. So currently my clients see at least, or an average of 72.6% reduction in their symptoms. And that's functional, positional, and emotional. So there's really great benefits to getting yourself a home program that's holistic and integrated. Go to seekingbalance.com.au. Please reach out. I do offer private therapy if you're feeling like you need that highest level of support. It is possible to heal, so keep believing in yourself. Nobody else can do it for you. And if you never take the steps towards a daily program and learn how to heal, you can remain stuck in symptoms forever, right? You can die with your symptoms if the brain never learns how to reshape and change those neural pathways. In the same way as if you never update your computer, you're just going to have Windows 10 forever. You have to update it in order to get that new software update. So the power is in your hands, and I really hope you feel empowered after listening to this and that you get what you need. And please reach out. I'm here to help people. I'm here to be in service. And if you don't reach out, I simply don't know you exist and I can't help you. So my name's Joey Remini. I'm a vestibular audiologist and neuroplasticity therapist. Go to seekingbalance.com.au and introduce yourself to me because I'm here to meet you. So bye for now.